our weekly garden walk. Ruffles, Rosie, we're going to walk the garden now. Ready? Y'all are staying there. I'm walking the garden. These are my lovely little tomato plants. There's a little wasp on there right now. So you got some nice little blooms coming up. Those are going to be tomatoes soon. This one got a great stalk on it, but it started growing crooked. So I put the cage around it. As you can see, the stalk is kind of bent down. In fact, take that up a little bit. Rest it up on there. Another little tomato plant. This one's got some flowers on her. And the rest of them will have flowers soon. These are the ones I grew from seed. They're all heirlooms. This is another heirloom. This one's got flowers on it too. Now these three on the end are Better Bush, Celebrity, and another Better Bush. So this is my Celebrity tomato plant. And we have got some fabulous tomatoes down here. Big ones. These are going to be some great tomatoes. Okay. Got some flowers on this one. This is the Better Bush. Got a couple little tomatoes coming up there and some flowers on this side. And the second Better Bush, which also has some yummy looking little green tomatoes and flowers coming up. Okay. Now, we'll move on. These tomato plants are rescues that I just planted like a week ago. And believe it or not, as pitiful as it looks, it's doing way better than when I bought it. That's one. I think that's one of the purple ones. This little thing here is just a big old stick, and that is a husky cherry red tomato. And this little thing, she also is looking much better than she was when I bought her. But here's the crazy thing. You ready? Look at that teeny tiny little tomato, just to give you an idea of how big it is. There's my finger and there's the tomato. Really small. And moving on. This is another one also, again, looking a lot better than when I bought it. This is a tigress tomato, and I believe it's the one that stripes. It's yellow with reddish stripes on it. And it's doing pretty good too. Looking a lot better. This one also looking fantabulous. And this one is a solar fire tomato, so it's a yellow tomato. Make sure I stick that down there so it doesn't get lost. These are my bell pepper plants, and this one already has little flowers coming up. They're not open yet, but it's got little buds on it. That one's kind of open down there. See our little yummy pepper plants. One pepper plant completely died, but this is the third one. These are all three bell peppers. So this one also has some little buds down there in the middle. Our next row, zucchini I had to replant. I only had 2 zucchini plants come up. One of them was sickly and I picked it yesterday, plucked it up and replanted the zucchini. And then when we go further back here, these are my yellow squash, and they're getting little vinies on them now, and as you see here, this one's going to have probably a bud right about there. My other yellow squashes stayed a little small, and then this one got a decent size. Now, on the right here, these are all my cucumbers. You can see all those beautiful yellow blooms coming up are all going to be cucumbers. All the way to that. And then on this side, wahaha, is my okra. Again, big old yellow blooms coming up. These back here are my lima beans. And for some reason, there's just spots where nothing grows, and then they pick up again. Those are all lima beans. Sugar snap peas. Those sugar snap peas needed the trellis. So Arthur and I came out here and made them the trellis. But as you can see, they are climbing up that trellis. So I should have lots and lots of sugar snap peas this year. See how big this one is over here. Just to give you an idea, I'll put my arm down there so you can see just about how big they are. That one's about a foot high. Oddly enough, none of my green beans sprouted up, so I replanted these yesterday. And they, I believe, need trellis, so I went ahead and put the trellis down. And then I replanted these a couple days ago. And I've got a couple little sprouts coming up now. Eggplant, which I'm going to look up see if there's not a specific plant food that the eggplants like, because they are kind of small. And I really want eggplant this year. Michael wanted it bad, so I want to make sure I get some stuff he'll eat too. Corn. The yellow corn is doing quite amazing. This one specifically, and the one behind it, these are over a foot high now. Maybe about a foot and a couple inches or so. The rest of them stay a little bit smaller, but they're coming along. I did replant some, so you see that little green thing back there. That's another one, and then there's across the way there's another one coming up. And the white corn, not quite so well. I replanted that a couple of days ago. We should be seeing those come up soon. I had 2 sprigs of white corn, which I think I accidentally dropped 2 seeds into this mound, so I got 2 sprigs of it coming up there, but I don't want to try to replant it because I don't know how delicate it is. Other than that, I just replanted all the watermelon because none of them came up. And here we've got one single solitary cantaloupe. She's a pretty good size though. She's coming up. See, that's going to be a cantaloupe right down there. And another one there, but there's my hand. I'm going to give you an example of how big that is. And then down here, further down, we've got the watermelons, which haven't sprouted yet because I just replanted them. And I'll probably come through and fertilize those again today. And that is how the garden is doing. I've got some weeds growing in the middle I'm going to shovel out today, and then we're back in business. So that's the garden update for now. I'll be going to the gladioli bushes next. Bye.